Are you a nurse or a former patient or family member who's been concerned about patient safety? Well, my name is Amy Feddersen from Sioux City, Iowa. Today is July 18th, 2018, and I have been a registered nurse for over 20 years. I wanted to speak to you today about the ugly truth of mandatory overtime for nurses in Iowa. I personally have experienced this several times throughout my nursing career. I recall feeling exhausted, unsafe as a practicing nurse, and powerless. The nursing profession has been touted as the most trusted profession and are given nicknames like superheroes, saints, and angels, to name a few. So why is the most trusted profession so sad and burnt out? The Institute of Medicine issued a report that estimated 98,000 hospitalized Americans die each year due to medical errors. The Institute of Medicine further concluded that, in part, excessive overtime for nurses can severely compromise patient safety. Nurses are leaving the bedside at an alarming rate, and according to the Ohio Board of Nursing, over 60% of the nurses surveyed said they were leaving due to mandatory overtime. Have others done? The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration strictly enforces laws that require truck drivers to limit hours of driving for safety. An example of one of the mandates is that they must have 10 hours of rest after driving for 11 consecutive hours. But for many nurses, it's okay for them to work 16 or more hours with less than even 5 hours of rest, and then to be back for another 12-hour shift. I personally would not want to be cared for by a nurse that is that exhausted, any more than I would want to be on the road with a tired truck driver. I believe nurses in Iowa need strict guidelines just like the trucking industry has enforced. Currently, there are 18 states that have enacted laws that eliminate mandatory overtime for nurses, except in cases of a declared public emergency. What can we do for Iowa nurses and the patients they serve? You can call or write your state representative to voice your opinion on this issue, to convince them to start the legislation process so Iowa can be the 19th state to enact overtime laws for nurses. You can encourage your friends and neighbors to do the same. Their contact information can be found on this website. In conclusion, please help bring attention to this issue to help Iowa nurses and the safety of our patients. Thank you for listening.